waiting.
There you go. Morning wood. Morning
What
wood.
I'm waiting for?
What? Cool off?
Can coffee be too hot? No, I'm really digging the new coffee maker.
Ninja.
Should we do a review?
Yeah. Yeah, he got the Ninja coffee. Where'd you get it at?
Target. Yeah.
And tell them why you had to get this kind of carafe.
I think I already did, but because I broke the other two carafes, so I had to get a stainless steel one. So it was the only out of like 12 models. This is the only one with a stainless steel. Had nothing to do with. I didn't even know if it made coffee. I just like, hey, stainless steel. I can't break this.
And it makes really good coffee, and heats it up.
It really is cool.
Heats the water more, which I think I told you we in a past relationship we bought a $300 coffee maker that looked like a regular coffee maker. The only benefit was it heated the water up more, and allegedly that hotter water makes better coffee.
Yours was $300. Wow.
Yeah. Now whether it heats it up more than that, I don't know. But it does. I mean, it's nice to have a nice hot cup of coffee and it cool down.
Really, it's super hot, which we know that's
and it tastes
extracts the flavor.
I mean, you're drinking more than me. Are you noticing a difference?
Yeah, no, it's making a perfect cup of Joe.
So
because we already were making it.
A new addition to our family.
Ninja.
Yes.
Ninja.
And we're making another addition to our family Saturday. A new podcast.
Well, I had one last thing I was going to say about coffee,
please.
and that was the worst decision I've ever made as a restaurateur was to lease a $10,000 espresso machine when espresso was just about ready to get on the scene, and Starbucks was exploding, and everybody wanted espresso. And so I had a guy convince me to lease for a Chili's restaurant, no less. And I went and leased a $10,000, and he allowed me to return it after like 2 months. I'm like, okay, this is just too much. We're not going to sell. Do you know how many fucking lattes and mochas and whatever you can make with this damn thing?
And it's not really a Chili's crowd.
No, it was just
even today. I'm not sure.
I don't even know why I still had the job 10 years later. I was the very first. I think it was one of the first decisions I made in my new position. Go out and get on the bandwagon.
I want to show them what I'm about. Yeah,
but it was in Seattle.
Yeah.
So you'd
think that's coffee central USA.
This is what's going to drive 500 more people in a day, which is about how many we needed to afford that god day.
Now, how did you put it on the menu? Don't you have? Weren't they like the menu's already set for you, or could you add things to it?
Well, it's good because it was a new market. It was the first Chili's in Washington, and we were pioneers. We were, and in many ways, we were one of the first smaller markets. So Chili's really didn't even know about regional. I think we had even a food item or two that we added on that was just a little. Because up there, this was the thing, 1990, we were looked at as a Mexican restaurant. Chili's was a Mexican restaurant. People were so, what do they call it, homogenous or provincial up there that they didn't even know what real Mexican food was, so they just assumed.
And it wasn't Chili's.
If we had tacos on our menu, we were Mexican. And so
you had that chili. I mean, I guess, it just kind of makes you think.
They didn't even know what Tex-Mex was. They didn't even know what Mex was, that's for sure. So we kind of had to bend a little bit toward the local flair. I think we had a fish something or other, but it was like we had to pull it from the repertoire of, because there's fish sandwiches in Maryland and the East Coast. So we went out.
Oh, so they do have regional.
They do have regional
menu items.
You can pick from this region that somebody's approved. You can't really change the menu much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was interesting time. But
That's interesting.
Coffee was not one of the things we should have chosen. I'm sorry, espresso. Anyway, this Saturday.
Oh yeah, well we're doing a new podcast. No idea what it's going to be called. We're working on the concept as we speak. I sent. Finally, we have had the hardest time figuring out how to collaborate and how to share things. And we both got iPads, and hopefully now we're on the path. But I sent something up to the cloud yesterday, and it never showed up. I had to delete it and send it again. I know, it must be somewhere
no clouds. That's
around here. That must be it. What do you do when there's no clouds? How do you send it to the cloud? Obviously you can't. And but I resent it and it went. This technology, it's like when I don't know if you've done this on your iPad, but when you're setting up an account, you have to choose a password, and they now give you this like gazillion symbol password with letters and numbers and dashes. And I'm always, I've actually done it, and then I'll go back the next day and I'll go to save passwords, and it's not there. And what the fuck do you do when you've got this password they made up that you're in a million years would never remember? I hate it, so I don't do it.
Apple, they'll never make it.
I don't do it.
That small little fledgling.
I know.
Fruity company.
And you've been saying that for how many years now?
Well, if you know anything about iPads,
please reach out to us.
Give us a.
Well, about just
and you can get on the show.
Apple
We'll bring you on
collaborating, and we're not of this generation.
And if you know how you can get us to collaborate personally,
that would be
we
a
could
miracle.
use a therapist.
Yeah. I think this home is our therapy. We are forced to like each other.
That is, there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's a great therapy. I'm much more attractive than most therapists I've been to.
Wow, we just cleared out that segment of our audience.
Yeah. All right.
If you're not doing anything on Saturday afternoon, find us and you're well invited.
Yeah, and you can email us at info@themanofpause.show for your invite.
Gonna be
All
a
right.
rocking time.
It is. It's gonna be fun. Take care. Bye.
Still on.
Still on. We're still here.